ready to start the second half here at Stegman Coliseum. And, boy, this place is pumped up tonight. Man, it is loud in here. 51-35, and why not? Georgia by 16 over the third-ranked Florida Gators. Dogs will start Asa Newell, Dylan James, Blue Kane, Silas Demery, and R.J. Godfrey here in the second half. It's Will Richard, Elijah Martin, Thomas Houck, Walter Clayton, and Ruben Chinyelu for the Gators. Dogs will have the ball and a chance to draw first blood here in the second half.
Scott, if we can get half as good a start in this half as we had that first half.
That first was amazing. Georgia outscored the Gators 39-13 in the first 12:07 of the half. And then the Gators responded, outscoring Georgia 22-12 in the last 7 minutes and 53 seconds. And that brought us to the half, and Georgia up 16. Dogs with the ball to start half number 2. Demery, slow dribble high on the left side. Goes to Dylan James. Quick touch for Godfrey. Feeds it into Asa Newell. He's double teamed. He shoots from the left side of the iron, and they foul it.
Well, they're going to take a look at that. They may have interfered. They certainly hit the net. I don't think there's any question that they hit the net.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
They count it, and they say they're going to look at it. Courtney Green says they're going to count the basket for Newell right now, and there's a foul on Florida, so it's going to be an and one opportunity here. And they're going to take a look at it. Todd Golden is just beside himself yet again, the Gators head coach. And the video monitor is right next to the Gators bench, so he gets plenty of time to get in the referee's ears down there. So play has stopped 20 seconds into the second half. Georgia leads it for the moment 53-35.
The previous play is under review.
I'm not sure now.
That's Pat Adams, as the officials will review it.
Yeah, he does.
Take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers on the versatile BMW X3 sports activity vehicle. For more details, see your local BMW Center or visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. BMW says go Dogs.
The ball was on the rim, but it just, they may
the call on the floor was goaltending, basket interference. That call is reversed. It'll be 2 shots.
So no basket for Asa Newell, as you heard the voice of Pat Adams, the crew chief here.
But
so it's 2-shot foul for Asa Newell. Fouls on Houck, his second, first of the half, and Asa to the foul line. Newell this season at 76% from the free throw line, 73 out of 96. Coming off a 20-point game at Auburn on Saturday, had 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a couple of blocks. Played a very good ball game. The left-hander sinks the first free throw of the night. He's got 11 in the game. He's had back-to-back 20-point games. Against Missouri, had 23, and then against Auburn, he had 20. Could he have a third in a row tonight? Second free throw, rattles off the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Gators. Georgia 52, Florida 35 here, early seconds of the second half. Richard holds it high, guarded by James on the right wing. They rotate the ball. Houck backdoors it. And that's going to be Richard that caught it in the paint and then reverse laid it in. He got ahead of his defender, who I think was Dylan James. I was screened a little bit, but Richard scores the first points for Florida of the second half. He's building quite a resume here against the Dogs. He's got 19 now. 52-37. Asa, catch and shoot 3. Draws iron, won't go. Clayton the rebound. Gators ball. They go left to right. They're in blue. Dogs are in gray. Clayton through traffic. We foul him as he puts up a shot falling away on the left baseline. And he's going to be at the free throw line after the pushing foul on R.J. Godfrey. That's his second. 15-point Georgia lead at the moment.
Well, one thing you don't want are the Gators getting hot from 3, so you want to definitely guard against those, and that may open up that inside a little more for 2s.
Clayton, 87% free throw shooter, and he misses. Number 1. It's a little bit of a ray of sunshine.
Well, that was number 1, and this is number 2.
The right-hander from Lake Wells, Florida. That one was all net. 52-38, Georgia. So a 26-point lead in the first half has been whittled down to 14. And we play with 8:48 to go in the game. Demery dribbles on the logo, front court left. Looking down inside. Screen Godfrey, he rolls. Demery dribbles left, finds Asa, wide open three. Ooh, air ball.
Ooh.
And hang on, Godfrey ended up on his backside in the right corner. That's going to be a foul. They got big Ruben Chinyelu. He had just driven Godfrey way away from the paint, sent him sliding out of bounds on the right baseline. That's a foul on the Gators, Chinyelu. That's a break for the Dogs. Second foul on the Gator big man. 6'10 and 260, transfer from Washington State. Dogs will throw it in from the right baseline with Demery. He shovels it into Asa. Now Demery goes right to the logo and dribbles front edge of the center circle. Now walks towards the three-point line, puts it on the floor, loses the dribble, chases it down, steps back and pops a three. I meant to do that. Scana Energy three. Silas Demery, his 4th of the night. That ties his career best with 4 threes in the game. 55-38 Dogs. Gator basketball. Hauk above the three. Again, they backdoor it, and they score again. The same play to Will Richard.
And we're pressuring out. It's leaving a little more space for them to operate underneath.
Will Richard is keeping the Gators in the game with his scoring. He's got 21 of their 40. There's a steal by the Gators. Richard has it. They run the floor across to Clayton. Layup good. Points off turnovers in transition for the Gators. That's their specialty. 55-42. Dogs got to take care of the basketball. Can't be nonchalant with it. Kane off the wing to the rack. Passes it in the paint to Abson. He'll lay it up right in front of the basket, and they foul. Count the bucket and send Justin Abson to the line for an and one. Georgia answers with a possible three-point play. Foul was on Will Richard, his first, team's third. Absent at the line, the 6'9 forward from Coconut Creek, Florida, gets one.
Justin's given the Dogs some good minutes here tonight.
57% this season, hasn't fired up a lot, only 14 free throws. That one's good. That's his 15th, and it was right through the heart.
Sumpto on the bench with 2 fouls that he picked up quickly in the first half.
Dogs by 16. There's a deflection. Almost got the steal. Gators get it back. Richard, right corner three. Good. Somebody put a vice on that guy. My goodness. He's tearing us up. 24 for Will Richard. 58-45. 13-point Georgia lead. Abson has the ball. Straddles the three. Demery comes for a handoff. They fight through screens and push a little bit. Demery doesn't get the call. Silas now picks up his dribble, pinned on the sideline, skips it to Asa. Newell, left-hand dribble through the paint. Layup fell off the rim. No good. Oh, they call a foul on Thomas Hauk. The Gators forward got whistled for a foul, I think.
Yep, and I think Ace will go to the... Ace will shoot 2.
58-45. Georgia in front. They've led all night. They built a 26-point lead in the first half. Florida chewing away at it since about the 7.5-minute mark in the first half. Newell at the line. Free throw number 1 by the left-hander. Off the front of the rim, no good. He's missed his last 2.
Well, that's one thing. We can't afford to leave points at the line. Not tonight.
Hauk out of the game for Florida. Alex Condon returning tonight for the first time in the last 4 games due to an ankle sprain. He's subbed back in. Asa, free throw, good. Missed the first, made the second. 59-45 Dogs. 16 and a half to play.
All right, got to stop here, George.
A lot of time. Dogs have gone to a zone. Martin, deep three, off the rim, won't go. Condon, offensive rebound. Shovels it out. Richard for three. Front of the rim. He missed one finally. Rebound tip. Dogs run the floor. Lawrence and Demery. And the Gators get back on defense, and they foul Tyron Lawrence. He was right under the rim when they fouled him.
Well, he and Silas playing a little two-man game going down the floor. And you figured one would either finish at the rim or draw that foul. And they ended up drawing the foul for Ty Lawrence.
2 shots coming for Lawrence, who is returning tonight for the first time in the last 3 games after suffering a hamstring injury against Mississippi State. Clock stopped with 16:14 to go in the game. The left-handed Lawrence rips the free throw good, all net. Ty with 8 points in the contest tonight. He had 7 in the first half. Dogs substitute Dylan James back in. Asa Newell going to come out and get a bit of a breather before the under-16 timeout.
That's exactly right. Get him that little extra breath.
Lawrence, one more free throw. Ball's in the air, and it's good. He ripped them both. Tyron Lawrence with 9 off the bench tonight. 61-45 Dogs. Florida basketball. We're pestering in the half court. Clayton to Martin. Leans in for a 3. Uncontested. Good from the left slot. That's his second 3 of the game. He's got 6. Elijah Martin, he averages 15 a game. Second leading scorer for the Gators this season. Dogs in the front court working with a 13-point lead. 61-48. Absent in the paint. Shovels it out to Lawrence for 3. Count it! Scana Energy 3. Ty Lawrence from the right wing.
Boy, that's discouraging to the Gators. They get a 3. We come back and answer with a 3.
Keep discouraging. Ball tipped. Chase for it. It's loose. Scrambling. Bodies diving. It rolls into the courtside seats.
It's Georgia's ball.
Abson went diving for it. He slid the last yard or so right under the feet of the courtside seaters.
Yeah, he's over there with Jack Bowerly and Suzanne Lieburn, and it's a...
He knows their shoe sizes now.
Yeah, it's a who's who over there. He could have stopped, gotten some autographs.
Dogs
while
ball.
He was over there. A couple of Hall of Fame coaches.
We got a timeout with 15:26 to go in the game. Georgia 64, Florida 48. We're back to Stegman after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
You need all the energy you can get for game day. Luckily, at Georgia Power, we know a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit georgiapower.com/myenergy to learn more.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Claire. She loves her motorcycle, and she's learned to love the insects she encounters on her rides. She may not know the difference between a gnat and a mosquito at 55 miles per hour, but she does know one thing. It's always gross when one flies into her mouth. But she's so used to it that it's weird when it doesn't happen. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back with comprehensive and collision coverage from America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
No one gets you closer to the game than SiriusXM SEC Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through the regular season and into the postseason. Your team is covered anywhere you go. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/SEC Radio 2025. Georgia 64, Florida 48. Dogs have led the entire way thus far. They jumped on the Gators early. scored the first 6 points of the game, had a 12-3 lead at the first media timeout, built that to 26 late in the half, and then the Gators trimmed 10 points off the lead in the last 7 minutes of the half, and Georgia led by 16 at intermission. And that's the lead at the moment, and the Dogs have the ball. Absent above the left elbow, puts it on the floor. Inside the arc, right of the circle, picks up his dribble. Hand locked and guarding. Pivots. Finds Lawrence on the left wing, near side with 11 to shoot. Ty dribbles through the legs. Works against Condon. Fadeaway 2, front of the rim, no good. Hand locked in the rebound. He hands it to Clayton for the Gators. Richard has it in the front court. They go inside to Condon. There was a whistle first. Going to be a foul on the Dogs. And they got Justin absent with a hold. That's number 2 on absent. Clock at 14:56, and the Gators to inbound the basketball with Denzel Aberdeen on the right baseline. Dylan James guarding. Aberdeen just throws it high over Dylan to hand-locked into the 7-footer. Clayton has it on the right wing. They go to Aberdeen, left side. Screened by hand-locked, and he rolls down the lane. Aberdeen inside the arc. Oh, dips under absent. Nice move, but he couldn't finish. And that was an air ball just off the backboard, and a jump ball is called as Hand-Lockton and James tie one another up. Gators have the arrow, however. They have the possession.
7 seconds. They got to do something quickly.
Now 2 officials are talking. That always scares me. Now they're going to bring in the third. So Courtney Green and Jeb Hartness were discussing that last play, and then they brought in Pat Adams.
They're going to stick with the call.
Please welcome back to the court for the Dogs.
R.J. Godfrey will come into the ball game. Dylan James will check out. So the Gators have the possession. They had the arrow, and they have 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Aberdeen to throw it in just to the right of the basket. Flips it into Hand-Lockton. Right corner, Lawrence guarding. To Clayton, 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. He shoots with 1, and we foul. Oh, gosh. We fouled him at the elbow with 1 second on the shot clock. Dakota LeFew whistled for the foul. Clayton goes to the line. 2 shots here for the 87% free throw shooter. He did miss his first of the night, but he made the one after that. He's got 6 points on the evening. He's their leading scorer this season with 17 a game. He's missed his second foul shot of the evening. That one hit off the back of the rim. So it's a win for the Dogs already after that foul.
Well, yeah, you hate to see that foul, though.
Clayton's second free throw is good. 64-49. Georgia with the lead and the ball. Demery, one-handed pass to LeFew between the circles. Dribbles low with a left hand. Feeds Lawrence to his left. Curl around off the baseline, Demery. Drop it back inside now to Godfrey. He goes one-on-one, backing his man down in the paint. Fake, reverse pivot, shot off the front of the rim. Rebound picked up by Clayton. Gators have the ball after we miss. Oh, Condon, wide open 3. Back of the rim, no good. Boy, he was so wide open.
Oh, he was.
Had all day to shoot. Demery got the rebound across the foul line. Dogs work in the front court. Absent fakes the handoff, head of the key. Now passes it back to Lawrence.
About to get Somto back in the game.
Lawrence drives down on the block. He's screened away there. Lobs it out to the wing to Demery. 9 to shoot. Back to Ty Lawrence. Bounce feed to Godfrey. Goes baseline. Blocked at the rim by the Gators. Tried to go up with it. Big Hand-Lockton got a hand on it and blocked it away. Gators ball. Aberdeen to the rack on the right end. No good. Offensive rebound. Hand-Lockton. Putback won't go, but he gets it again, and this time scores off the glass.
Yeah, they got size underneath. When they start playing little tap volleyball with it, eventually it's going to find the bottom of the net.
And Hand-Lockton, the biggest guy on the floor by far at 7'1". He got 2 offensive rebounds and then got the points. LeFew off one leg down the left lane line, floats it up and in. Good. Dakota with his first basket of the second half. He's got 4 points in the game now, and it's 66-51 Dogs. 12:45 remaining in the contest. Gators in blue. They've got the ball. They hand off to Richard. He's been on fire tonight. He drives through a double team at a full head of steam, a full sprint as he came off the curl. Looked like he was coming off the fourth turn at Daytona.
He did, didn't he?
He just
like, there's that finish line.
Zoomed right to the checkered flag, and we fouled him on the way. Richard to the line. First time tonight, Will Richard has been lighting it up for Florida. He's their only guy double figures, and he's got 24. And the free throw is going to hit the back of the rim and away, no good.
Welcome back to the court for the Dogs.
Gators 12th in the league in free throw percentage, 71.8%. Georgia right behind them at 71.4%. But Florida not getting it done at the line tonight, 8 of 15.
Silas getting a little bit of a break, catch his breath.
Dogs make some substitutions as Richard hits the second foul shot. He's got 25 in the game. Klavjar, the sophomore guard from Slovenia, comes in for Florida. The Dogs with Blue Kane, Dakota LeFew, Asa Newell, Tyron Lawrence, and Santo Surreal on the floor. Lawrence at the point now. He brings it across the timeline, works against Clayton. They bump and grind on the logo. Lawrence holds it, far side of the screen by Santo. Then they give him the ball. Santo put it on the floor, and they knock it away. And they steal it. The Gators have possession. They work on the right end. Houck along the three. Passes to Condon to his left. He's got nowhere to go with it. Hands off to Martin. They screen and roll with Condon in heavy traffic. Jump hook won't go. Offensive rebound. Houck is good on the putback, and we foul him. Second basket of the game for Houck. Gators draw within a dozen now, 66-54. You just can't breathe with those guys.
No,
we were up 26.
Listen, they're good.
Houck at the line. The right-hander free throw won't go. That's where they're hurting themselves. They've missed 8 free throws tonight. Dogs rebound the miss. The lead is still a dozen, 66-54 for the Dogs, under 12 minutes to play. Lawrence to Kane, front court, high, left side. And we throw it to the middle of the floor, stolen by Clayton to the rack, lay in good. He beat LeFew back down to the other end, but Blue threw it away. Clayton with a steal and points off turnovers for Florida. Again, that's how they destroy teams. 66 or 66-56. The lead is down to 10 for the Dogs. Gators have chewed into it, down from 26. Georgia has called a timeout. 11:33 remaining in the game. Time here in Athens. There's concern, mumbling and murmuring through Stegman Coliseum here tonight in front of this sold-out crowd because the Gators have cut 16 points off Georgia's lead. We'll take a time. We'll come back right after this. The Dogs up 66-56 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
After investing billions to light up our network, T-Mobile is America's largest 5G network. Plus, right now, you can switch, keep your phone, and we'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/across America.
Up to 4 lines via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device. Credit service ported 90+ states with device and eligible carrier, and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With the enhanced engine performance and fuel economy of newly reformulated Tri-Clean gas from Citgo, you're good to go. But good to go where? Exotic bird shopping? To your Tuesday night bowling league?
Woo! That's a turkey, turkeys.
Good to go try your luck at bingo.
G32.
Good to go to a lumberjack competition.
I'm gonna move my car.
New top-tier Tri-Clean gas from Citgo. The most advanced fuel we've ever made. Now you're good to go.
I'm Coach Mike White, and you're listening to the Ford F-150 Highlight Show. You know what it takes to win in this game? Stepping up in big moments. That's why I drive a Ford F-150. With the ideal combination of power, capability, and smart tech, F-150 is my go-to vehicle when I need to get a project done. Talk about championship caliber. Check out the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs at buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every three-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. Scana Energy says, go Dogs. Let's check the Scana Energy numbers tonight. Georgia 9 for 13. That's a good number. Thank you, Scana Energy. 9 for 13 on threes. The Gators are 7 of 22. Florida has trimmed a 16-point halftime hole to 10. They were down 26 with 7.5 to play in the first half. That was the large lead of the game by Georgia. Florida has not had a lead tonight. Dogs got to get it together with the turnover bug. 13 turnovers. Blue Canes got 5 of those tonight. That's the most he's had all season. Dogs have the ball. 11:33 remaining in the contest. Georgia will inbound in front court with Silas. LeFew comes to the ball, takes the inbounds pass, hands it back to Silas. Demery takes it across the far side of the floor and dribbles, guarded by Elijah Martin. Lob to Asa, jumps out above the three-point line to take the pass. We go back inside the arc to Somto, hand off to LeFew. To Asa, straight away three. They charge for the finish. Missed the three. Baseball pass to Houck in the front court. Scoop it to the trailer. Martin, and we foul him with Asa. He was going in for a two-handed slam. I think the Gators have run that play a time or two.
Boy, it looked like it. Looked like they knew where everybody was supposed to be.
They rebounded on the baseline, threw a 75-foot pass on the other end. Houck caught it, underhanded it to the trailer. Martin, who went in for the dunk, but we fouled him to prevent it. And that'll get us into the under 12 media timeout. Gators are going to be on the free throw line when we come back to try to get that deficit in single digits for the first time in a while. 11:08 to play. Georgia still in front, 66-56 over third-ranked Florida on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Creature Comforts Brewing Company is the official craft beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. These two Athens institutions have joined forces to connect quality beer with the passion and pageantry of the UGA faithful. Whether it's Georgia's favorite craft beer, Tropicalia IPA, the two-time gold medal winning Classic City Lager, or their new Sip 'em Seltzer, Creature Comforts has you covered on game day and every day. And if you're visiting the Classic City on game day, Creature Comforts beers are available at the Stegman Coliseum and anywhere good cold beer is served. Two brands, one town, one team. Go Dogs! Sip 'em. 21 and over. Champions drink responsibly.
Georgia basketball brought to you in part tonight by the Progressive Keys to Program Progress, providing cars to veterans in need. Gators on a 7-0 run right now. Georgia's lead cut to 10 with Florida going to the line when time resumes. 66-56 is their score.
They've trimmed 6 off of it here in the second half. And I keep thinking, I was telling you at halftime, Adam, that the game they lost at home to Missouri used the same kind of formula that we've had, that jumped out to a huge lead. They led Florida by 16 at half, which is exactly what we led by at half. Missouri was able to hang on and win by a point, by 1 point. So, I mean, look, Florida's got some comeback in them. We just got to find a way to start to knock down some threes as we did in the first half, which I think we're 2 for 4 here in the second half.
Elijah Martin, the FAU transfer, graduate transfer at the line. Free throw number 1 off the left side of the rim. Falls away, no good. Another missed free throw for the Gators. They've missed 9. They're 50% tonight, 9 of 18. Or they're going to have that vision in their nightmares tonight on the bus ride and plane ride back to Gainesville. Second free throw is good. Martin missed the first, made the second. It's a 9-point Georgia lead, single digits for the first time in a while. Georgia built a 26-point lead in the first half. Gators go zone, three-quarter court. Dogs in the front side now with Demery. Screened by Abson, way out front. Hand off to Justin, gives it right back to Silas. They double him, skip it to Abson at the elbow. One dribble through the paint, shot fake, puts up a one-hander, misses the rim, hit the glass, rebound to Florida. 66-57, the lead is 9 for the Dogs. Georgia hanging on by their fingernails. Oh, they run a nice backdoor play for Clayton. He went up and under, couldn't reverse it in. Bounced it too hard off the backboard, and the Dogs rebounded. They ran a nice play, just didn't finish. Oh, there's a nice play. Oh, a dunk by Godfrey. Beautiful pass through the lane by Justin Abson, had his back to the basket and sent a laser beam to RJ, who dunked it home. 68-57 Dogs. Georgia in a zone in the half court. Clayton going to try to shoot over it. Missed the three. 2 bounces on the rim. Oh, they call a foul on the Dogs. Oh, my goodness. RJ Godfrey with a push in the back, apparently. Ugh. Clayton missed an open 3. Had bounced high off the rim twice. And on the second bounce, that's when they call Georgia for the foul. And that's going to put Thomas Houck at the line for the Gators.
I think they called it on Justin. Didn't they call it on Justin Abson?
I'm showing Godfrey.
Okay.
Condon to the line, not Houck for Florida. Houck was there, now it's Condon. Are they trying to pull a fast one? I mean, he's a good free throw shooter, but not great. Didn't get the bounce, and we get the rebound all over the rim. Bounced 2 or 3 times, and Kane pulls it down off the iron. Georgia has possession and an 11-point lead.
That's all Florida.
Man, I couldn't follow the ball. I kept getting screened out. All of a sudden, it rolls out of bounds on the left baseline. It's Georgia basketball, 19 on the shot clock. Apparently, Florida ripped it out of their hands. I'm sorry I didn't see it. Demery to inbound it left of the basket. Lobs it into Godfrey up the wing, near side to Abson. We rotate the ball, far side of the floor. LeFew has it. Back to Blue, way above the three-point line. He's chased by 2 defenders. Jump pass to LeFew with 7 to shoot. Dakota puts it on the floor. Step back 2 at the elbow. Good. Hit it! 15-footer by Dakota. 70-57 Dogs. We've got 3 coaches right in front of us, all out on the floor, coaching the team down on the right end of the floor.
I got a clear view of this end of the floor.
Take it away, Chuck. Yeah. Gators trail by 13. They've got the ball. Condon's picked up his dribble along the three-point line. Skips it inside to Houck. Baseline 2 on the right is an air ball. Saved by the Gators in the corner. 5 to shoot. Klavjar into the paint. Back to Clayton. Pump fake. Shot clock violation. Oh, I love that red line on top
I don't
of the
think they looked at the clock. They didn't look at the clock. He got that pass and then immediately threw it out court, which if you knew that there was just a second and a half left, you'd have let fly. Taking your chance.
Houck took the shot, but it wasn't close to the iron, and maybe Florida thought, we took the shot, the clock's going to reset. But you're right, they never saw it. And Georgia, nasty screen in the backcourt by Abson, just floored Klavjar, the Slovenian guard.
He's got some pounds on him now.
Yes, he does. Abson at 6'9" and 245. Ball gets loose in the front court, rolls out of bounds on the near sideline. Touched out last by the Gators. They had floors on the body trying to chase it, but that ball had too much speed on it, and it rolls out of bounds right at the feet of Mike White. Dogs are going to inbound near sideline with 13 seconds on the shot clock, 8:51 remaining, leading by 13. Throw it to Godfrey under the basket. He's doubled by Houck and Condon. Puts it up, won't go, off the rim. Rebound. Touched out by Abson, I think. It's going to be Florida basketball. And they've got a man down. Condon maybe got hit in the face. He's holding his nose or his mouth. And he might be bleeding, and I think he is. Ooh, yeah, he's bleeding pretty good.
That's blood.
Officials are going to look at it, and we're going to stop play with 8:46 to go in the game. Yeah, Condon got bloodied up there, just like Silas Dimry did at Auburn.
Oh, yeah, well, it's not. If that's the play right there that we're looking at.
Looking at the replay.
That's just a common.
Yeah, Godfrey was going up with the ball, and his left arm and elbow kind of came out on his shot attempt, and Condon, who had his face right in all of that business, got a face full of elbow from R.J. Godfrey. It looks like a basketball play to me, but I'm not the official, so they'll determine what the call is. There was no foul called on the play. It was just out of bounds to the Gators as Georgia tipped the rebound, lost the rebound out of bounds.
After the review, there's the incidental contact. Incidental contact is going to be white ball.
And that's Pat Adams. He's seen a little incidental contact in his day.
So Gator basketball.
He's been at this a long time.
8:46 to go. Georgia 70, Florida 57. The unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. Todd Golden is getting his money's worth talking to the officials tonight. Well, I mean, he's going to every one all night long. He's been filling their ear and having discussions.
We're up here right now by 13. I got a feeling that if we can beat them to 80, I think we'll win this game.
Gators with the ball. Clayton lets it roll almost a half court and then picks it up and carries it across. Klabjar, deep three, right side, good. All net. Well, we haven't heard from the Slovenian guard all night long until right then. His first basket of the game is a deep three. That makes it a 10-point Georgia lead, 70-60. Godfrey's going to attack on the left end for Georgia. Nothing there. Throws it into the corner to Kane. Blue dribbles into a double team. Passes up the wing to Godfrey. Dogs move the ball around. Abson's got it right now. Is back to the basket. Puts it on the floor with 7 to shoot. LeFew skips it into the paint. Godfrey slides to the basket and gets fouled.
Foul directed toward Florida's Will Richard.
Foul on Richard. That's number 2 on Richard. He's quieted down a little bit when he got 24 points pretty quickly. At 17 at the half and then added 7 more early in this half. Added a free throw to get to 25. We hadn't heard from him in a while. That's good if you're Georgia because that guy's been a machine tonight. He's the only Gator in double figures with 25. No one else has more than 9. Free throw, Godfrey, good. RJ, number 1. He's got 7 points now. And the lead is 11 for the Dogs, 71-60. Godfrey at the line for number 2. 62% free throw shooter for the junior from Suwanee, Georgia. Ball's in the air and right through the net. Good.
Oh, he swished 2 of them.
He did. I like that. Dogs have been solid from the line tonight, 80%. The Gators have not, 50%. Hauk with the ball in the front court, into the paint, left edge, guarded by Abson. Steps through, scoop shot won't go. Offensive rebound, tap in by the 7-footer.
Yeah, we didn't
hand-locked and from the left side, rolls in there.
Yeah, we didn't block out the weak side.
Nope. And all he did was reach that long 7'1" arm up there and tap it in. His arm's not 7'1", but his body is. You get the gist. 10-point lead for Georgia, 72-62. Lawrence has the dribble, far side of the floor with 8 seconds. And poked away by the Gators. It rolls out of bounds into the sideline into the courtside seats. Dogs are going to have the ball, but only 8 seconds on the clock. And we've got a media timeout with 7:34 remaining here at a tense Stegman Coliseum. It's the Dogs 72 and the Gators 62. Back in a moment, Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Creature Comforts Brewing Company is the official craft beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. These two Athens institutions have joined forces to connect quality beer with the passion and pageantry of the UGA faithful. Whether it's Georgia's favorite craft beer, Tropicalia IPA, the two-time gold medal winning Classic City Lager, or their new Sip 'em Seltzer, Creature Comforts has you covered on game day and every day. And if you're visiting the Classic City on game day, Creature Comforts beers are available at the Stegman Coliseum and anywhere good cold beer is served. Two brands, one town, one team. Go Dogs! Sip 'em. 21 and over. Champions drink responsibly.
Game day traditions start with a cup of community coffee. Proud coffee partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Family owned since 1919, Community Coffee has spent 5 generations roasting great tasting blends right here in the USA. They're just as dedicated to making a difference in the community with programs that support teachers, military service members, disaster relief, and first responders. Try Community Coffee or find it near you at communitycoffee.com.
$7:34 remaining. Back with Chuck Donald and producer and engineer Adam Gillespie. Scott Howard with you courtside here at Stegman Coliseum. Luke Nadkarni in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios tonight. And we got a good one for the Dogs. Georgia's led the entirety of the game thus far. Their lead is 10 right now with 7:34 remaining. They had a big lead of 26 in the first half. Jumped on the Gators early and often, built a 39-13 lead. And then the Gators in the last 7.5 minutes cut 10 points off of that. It was 16 at intermission. Dogs with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Silas Demery lobs it into James. Catches it. Top of the key. Now puts it on the floor. 4 to shoot. James spins down the lane. Jump hook. No good. Air ball. Caught by Houck under the rim. Gators push it hard and fast into the front court. Clayton's got it. Funky dribble there. I'm not sure what that was. No whistle. Now Houck loses the ball. He dives for it. Stretches out his body along the floor and hands it to Martin. Keep it alive. Richard, look out. Richard with 25. Step back 2. Left side. Good. 27 for Richard. That's a career high. The senior transfer from Belmont, from Fairburn, Georgia. Smacking the Dogs in the face here in his home state. Now we got a foul on the Gators on the left end. Their number 1, Clayton, fouled our number 1, LeFew, and that's going to be 1-1 for our number 1. Dakota going to the line. Clayton picks up his 3rd foul for the Gators. The lead is 8 for Georgia. That's the closest Florida's been in a long time. 6:50 remaining. LeFew to the line. 6'4" graduate transfer from Mount St. Mary's, Hampton, Georgia, his hometown. He's 75% for the line this season. Deep breath, bends the knees, launches, and got the bounce. It rolled in there, hit the front of the rim after it came off the glass and had spin back through the rim. That was close. And I bet he swishes this.
You're killing me.
LeFew, second free throw. It's all net.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it all the way.
Yeah. Am I still killing you?
No, that's good.
Soothsayer, 74-64. Georgia has a 10-point lead. 6:40 to play. Gators have the ball. Chinyulu's back in, their big guy for Florida. He's had some foul trouble. Martin tried to drive against the double team. Dogs cut it off on the right side of the floor. They feed Houck. He spins on the left lane line, kicks it out to Richard. Back to Houck. They play catch. 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. Richard. Oh, my gosh. Wow. A desperation forced 3 with 2 seconds on the shot clock, and he drained it. Richard cannot miss tonight. He's got 30 points, and Florida calls a timeout. And the lead is down to 7 now for Georgia.
Well, that's that's the kind of thing of when it's going for you, it'll go. You just get it up there somewhere in the area, and it'll hone in.
The third-year player at Florida, Will Richards, 6'4" guard, having a career night. Trying to carry his team back from 26 down. He's got 30. That's a career best. And he's their only player in double figures. They are feeding him the ball. He's hit 11 of his 15 shots and 5 three-pointers. 5 of his 9 have gone through the basket, like that last one did with the shot clock winding down.
Yeah, that's impressive. We haven't. I think we're 2 for 4, still 2 for 4 here, hitting threes in the second half. We have not had good looks either. I mean, give Florida credit. Gators have really extended their defense, pressured us really well.
Both teams have hit 9 threes tonight. They've tried 25. We've only tried 14. And they've missed a ton of free throws.
We're 2 for 5. So we've had 5 looks at it.
Georgia basketball. Gators have cut a 26-point first half deficit down to 7 here with 6:19 to go. Dogs ball, Demery. Left-hand dribble, then the right, over the timeline, into the front court. Now he drives hard into the paint, step back at the foul line. Jumper, good! Silas hit a 15-footer. He ripped it.
Boy, that helps.
19 in the game for Demery. Silas is averaging 19 in his last 4 games. Now make it 5 games in a row with that average.
All right, let's get a
Got
stop.
19. Gators ball.
Here.
Offensive foul, Florida. They knock Dakota LeFew to the floor. Todd Golden again with some angry words for the officials. Chinyelu with a screen that went sideways, I guess. That's 4 on their big man.
Which big man? I mean, they got
Chinyelu.
That's one thing with them. You can
yeah, they've got a bunch of them.
They got them all up. They got one sitting on the bench that's 7'9".
That's the biggest man.
That is the biggest man.
Or the biggest young man, just a freshman from Canada. LeFew, high floater, off the glass, no iron, and rebound to the Gators. 76-67. Georgia's lead is 9. Martin has the ball, drives inside, blocked by Abson, taken away by Justin. And then they foul. Push him out of bounds on the baseline.
How about that? Justin Abson.
Abson with the block. 181 career blocks coming into the game.
Yeah,
he had 96 last year at App State for his school record. He got a block and a steal on that play.
And we're going to walk the floor and shoot some free throws here.
1-and-1 for Justin Abson with 5:24 to go in the game. Chinyelu with his 5th for the Gators. 4 of those fouls coming in this half. He's just fouled out of the game. So Condon is back in. Alex Condon returning after missing the previous 4 with an ankle sprain. The 6'11 sophomore from Australia back on the floor for the Gators. Absent free throw, back of the rim, no good, missed it. Rebound to Florida. 76-67 Dogs with 5:19 to go in the game. Florida has the basketball. Dogs trying to hang on here. Condon with the ball, dribbles to his right, hands off on the wing to Clayton. And a steal, Absent up into the front court to Lawrence, and he'll lay it in with a left hand, good. Dogs, transition bucket, points off the turnover. Lawrence has got 14. Georgia's lead is 11. It's back to double figures. 78-67 Dogs. Condon, uncontested 3. Won't go. Rebound in the paint. Lawrence fights for it. Has to defend himself from 2 Gators who are trying to reach in and take it away from him. Dogs have the ball. We approach 4.5 minutes to go. Ty at the line. Skips it to the wing to LeFew. One-handed pass back to Lawrence on the logo. We go to Demery. Left side now, Asa Newell feeding the post here. Asa had it knocked away, or a bad pass, I couldn't see. Gators with the ball. Richard out of the pack and running into the front court. Martin has it now. Bumps with Demery. Gators wanted a foul call there, didn't get it. Houck will take a 3. Miss it off the rim. Rebound, LeFew for Georgia with one hand. Came flying in a crowd and protected that ball as he grabbed it with one hand and cradled it against his body. 3:59 to go. 3:58. Georgia 78, Florida 67. Demery in trouble on the far sideline and turned it over. Ball got loose, bounced on the sideline, out of bounds.
That's 2 straight trips down the floor with turnovers.
Gators ball. We got a timeout, 3:51 to go in the contest here at Stegman Coliseum. Georgia 78, Florida 67. Stay with us for the finish right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power to recover right. A delicious protein shake with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle. Champion your recovery with Core Power, proud partner of Georgia basketball. Learn more at corepower.com.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldogs sports.
At Piedmont, quality care changes lives. Meet Brad, a healthy former Marine who unexpectedly suffered 5 heart attacks and then heart failure. He credits Piedmont with saving his life.
The teamwork it took to provide me a path forward through a surprise heart failure and almost 5 months of intensive care in 3 different Piedmont hospitals is difficult for me to even imagine, but you guys nailed it. How do you thank someone for the gift of life?
Hear more at piedmont.org/qualitycare. Piedmont, real change lives here.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for Athens, the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. To confidently show your dog pride, get your card today. Regions, the official bank of the SEC. Second half recap. Dogs led by 16 at the break. Gators have outscored Georgia by 5 here in the second half. Defense has been at a premium. 32 points for Florida, 27 for the Dogs after 51 in the first half. Georgia has an 11-point lead, down from 26 in the first half, trying to hang on and upset the number 3 team in the country. Leading scorers in the game, Silas Demery with 19 for the Dogs. He's 7 of 11 shooting. Will Richard, a career best 30 points for the Gators. He's their only player in double figures. He's 11 of 15 with 5 3-pointers. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Gators basketball. Dogs are in a zone. Clayton on the right wing. Changes directions through the paint to Houck for 3 in the corner. Too much on it. No good. Rebound tapped out. Rolling. Picked up by Clayton. He spots up for a 3 and drains it in the right slot. And now he's in double figures. Their second player. He's got 10, and it's an 8-point Georgia lead, 78-70. 3:20. Now less than that. Dogs in the front court. Demery to LeFew. Dakota. One dribble. Feeds Lawrence on the left wing, just above the 3-point line. He pivots. Silas comes to his aid off the left baseline with a full sprint. 9 to shoot. Lawrence has the ball. Far side. Deep 3. No good. High rebound off the back of the rim. And a foul on the rebound on the Dogs. And that's on who? Godfrey? Yep, that's on RJ. That's his 4th.
So they'll shoot 1 and 1.
Clock stops with an even 3 minutes remaining. Georgia up 8. Dogs have not trailed all night long and trying to keep it that way for another 3 minutes. Godfrey out for Georgia. Dogs with Abson and Asa and Demery and Lawrence and LeFew, with Condon going to the foul line for the Gators. Condon with 5 points in the game. Nothing here in the second half. First free throw by the right-hander is good. He's 4 for 6 from the line tonight, just 1 for 6 from the field in his first game back off an ankle sprain that forced him to miss the previous 4 games. Second foul shot in the air and good. Condon drains 2. Oh, the lead. It's a precarious 78-72. We had a 26-point lead with 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. The Gators have whittled it down to 6. 2-possession game with 2:50 to go. Then the Dogs hang on. LaFew skips it to Abson. Feeds it to his right to Lawrence above the 3. Guarded by Richard. Swings the ball from side to side. Now picks up his dribble. One hands it to Abson. Back to Lawrence with 8 to shoot. Tyron to Justin. Puts it on the floor. In the paint. Floater. Short. Front of the rim. Rebound Gators. 2:28 to play. Oh, they lost it in the backcourt, but Martin got it back. He went over and back with it. He went over and back. Richard, or rather Martin, had it across the half-court line and it threw it over his head into the backcourt to another player. The officials have stopped play. I think are they going to look at it? 2:24 to go. Georgia's bench erupted. Pat Adams is going to go to the monitor.
The ball didn't hit, but if
this is an inadvertent whistle. It's going to be Blues basketball.
Well, you heard Pat Adams say inadvertent whistle, so Florida gets to keep possession. It looked like it went over and back from my vantage point. I haven't seen a replay on it.
Well, it didn't hit over there. And he didn't touch down with it. He was in the air.
No, but the ball was in the front court.
Yeah, well, so
it didn't hit the floor. The body and the ball were in the front court.
Yeah, but neither one hit the floor. It's like a receiver in football.
Is it like the ball being out of bounds and you tap it back inbounds without it touching out? And nonetheless, Florida gets to keep possession. 20 on the shot clock. Clayton behind the screen. Deep 3, good. He got a screen from Houck, and the Gators have made it a 1-possession game, and they call a timeout. Florida trying to come off the mat and from 5.5 feet out of the grave. They were down 26 in the first half. It's a 3-point game now. 78-75. Georgia still leads, only 2:15 to play, and the Gators use a timeout. They've outscored the Dogs by 13 here in the second half and currently on an 8-0 run. They've started to ignite a bit on 3-point shots. That's their 11th of the game, their 6th of the half. And Clayton has 3 tonight now, and he's got 15 points.
Well, they're playing downhill right now. I mean, they feel like, the game's going their way, and they've got 2:15 left, just down by 3. What we need to do is get that momentum turned back in our direction, and we need to do that with defensive stops and maybe hit a 3 of our own.
78-75 with 2:15 to go. Both teams huddle at their bench. Dogs trying to end 12 straight losses in the series to Florida. The Dogs' last win came in 2019 in Gainesville, when our head coach now was their head coach then. In fact, the first 6 games, interesting stat, the first 6 games in the current 12-game winning streak for them came with Mike as their head coach.
Yeah, we didn't like him much then. We like him a whole lot more now.
Gators back on the floor. The Dogs taking all their possible time they can as they now break out of the huddle. Dogs with the ball and a 1-possession lead. It's come to this with 2:15 to play.
Oh, look at now. The Gators going to show a little backcourt pressure.
Ty Lawrence will inbound the ball unguarded. Demery wants it. Runs under the basket. Takes the inbound pass there. Passes to Lawrence at the half-court line. Comes back near side to Demery. We've got it in the front court. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Georgia with a 3-point lead. Led by 16 at the half, 26 in the first half. That's gone. There's a steal. Condon to the rack on the other end. He misses a dunk. Oh, and they called a foul on Abson. He missed the dunk. He caught rim with it. And they called a foul on Justin Abson. Condon on his back over the baseline, out of bounds, slow to get up. Now they help him up. Oh, my goodness. 2 shots coming for Condon, rather. Justin Abson with his 3rd foul of the game. Are they going to go to the monitor?
Oh, my God.
Did he?
Woo! Did not touch him. Did not touch him.
Pat Adams going to the video monitor, just saw it on the video replay. He just rolled his eyes. Yeah, I'm not sure where. Condon missed the dunk. He got ironed with it.
But watch this.
Justin Abson was trailing the play. And there was never any foul contact.
There was no foul.
A forearm may have brushed the jersey in the back of Condon. Just a brutal call against the Dogs there that's going to put the Gators on the line.
Well, those officials know they owe Georgia one now.
Students think they owe the Dogs something, as you can hear. Condon at the line with 1:52 to go to try to make it a 1-point game, and he's got to hit both foul shots. Free throw number 1 is good. That was just a brutal call there. 78-76, Condon with 1 more free throw. Ball's in the air, and he got the bounce off the back of the rim, down through the net. Good. 1-point lead for Georgia, 78-77. Dogs have not trailed tonight. Minute 50.
All right, no more
remaining.
turnovers.
LeFew in the backcourt, skips it across front side now to Demery. In the corner, Lawrence, set shot 3, catches the rim. Tapped rebound by Abson to Lawrence, floater in the paint. Can't get it to drop. Rebound rolls out to LeFew. Dogs continue. Demery for 3. No good. Long rebound. Taken by the Gators. Florida with the ball. Hauk with the lay-in. Gators lead. 79-78. They've come all the way back from 26 down. Mike wants a timeout. Georgia will call a time with 1:16 to go.
Well, we had our shots. 3 shots on that possession. All of them good looks.
79-78. Florida has erased a 26-point deficit. My goodness. Their last game against LSU Saturday night, they ended up with a 79-65 win. They jumped out to a 14-point lead in the first half. Tigers then scored 14 straight to tie it at 29 and outscored the Gators 22-2 in the last 7 minutes of that game. They led by 6 at the half, but then Florida just ran away in the second half in Baton Rouge, outscoring LSU by 20, and they won comfortably by 14. They seem to like the catch-up role, having to play catch-up, and boy, have they tonight.
All right, something has transpired with the officials. Carolyn Sawyer came out and talked to the officials, and now the officials have huddled.
Well, she's events management for Georgia.
The game clock will be updated to 1 minute and 19 seconds.
We're looking.
Okay, there we go. There was 3 seconds that had run off the clock.
So 1:19 on the game clock. Georgia will have possession, down a point now, trailing for the first time in the game with 1:19 to go. The Gators catch the Dogs and pass the Dogs on a long rebound and a run-out basket by Thomas Hauk. Lawrence to inbound for Georgia. Official says you can run the baseline if you choose. He just sends it into Demery. Silas's pass tipped in the backcourt by Richard. High in the air. Lawrence catches it on the other side and throws it away. Stolen by Martin to the rack and a foul. Georgia just throwing the ball away. 17 turnovers now. Gators going to the foul line. 2 shots with 68 seconds to go. It'll be Elijah Martin at the line, 73% foul shooter, the 6'2 graduate transfer from Florida Atlantic. Florida's got the mojo. Well, they've got a lot of fans in the building tonight, too. Over 10,000 here in Stegman Coliseum. Martin, free throw. Back of the rim, no good. Dogs breathe a sigh of relief for the moment. Still leading, or still trailing, by 1 now after leading the entire night.
Please welcome back to the court for the Dogs.
Blue Cane comes back in. Ty Lawrence out. Martin with one more free throw will try to give the Gators a 2-point lead with 68 seconds to play. Gators on a 12-0 run right now in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Martin trying to make it 13 straight. Ball's in the air, good. Floated it up and in. 80-78. Well, the Gators make it to 80 first.
And with the lead.
1:06 to go. Silas may have gotten away with a travel there in the backcourt, but we get the ball on the front side. Minute to play. Dogs ball down 2. Demery on the far side of the floor, into the corner, up the wing. Kane for 3. Good! Good! Blue hit it. Right wing 3. Dogs back in front. 81-80. First 3 of the night for Kane. 42 seconds to go. Florida ball. They lob it to the rim to Houck. It hits the iron, comes down, rebounded by the Dogs, and a foul on the Gators after the rebound. Clayton tried to lob it to Houck or Condon underneath.
Who's shooting the free throw? Who grabbed the rebound?
Condon called for the foul. And it's going to be Asa Newell at the line for Georgia.
No, I think it's RJ.
No, it's Godfrey. Excuse me. RJ. Godfrey at the line. Dogs up 1. 35.9 to play. A chance to put Georgia up by 3 if he hits them both. First free throw. All net. Good. Godfrey now with 9 points in the game. Lawrence in. LeFew out for Georgia. 82-80 Dogs. Georgia trying to pull a massive upset here on their home floor. Lead number 3, Florida by 2. Godfrey tries to make it a 3-point game at the line. Ball's in the air. Bounce and roll! All over the rim, and it fell through. Gravity just sucked it home. 83-80. Georgia by 1 full possession. Clayton shot fake on 3. To Houck, to Richard off a screen. He missed a 3. Dives off the right side of the backboard. Rebounded by Asa, and a foul by the Gators.
Wow.
21.6 to go. Georgia's entire bench is in complete disarray. Look, half the team's on the floor. The coaching staff's out on the floor. You got to sit down, guys.
The announce crew here's out on the floor.
Not yet.
Well, I'm trying to get there. If they hadn't put this darn thing in front of me, I'd be there.
21.6 still to play. Georgia 83, Florida 80. Asa going to the line. Foul was on Condon down on the right end of the floor. Newell with 12 points in the game tonight. 2 for 4 from the line. The left-hander from Destin, free throw. Too much on it. Back of the rim and no good. Double bonus and 2 free throws for Newell. He'll get 1 more. Asa has not had his best at the line tonight. Just 2 for 5. Need this one to make it a 2-possession game. Shot is huge. He made it! All net, Asa Newell. Delivered when it counts. 19 seconds to go. Gators ball. Clayton through the paint. Into the corner. Richard fakes 3. Sidesteps right. 3 ball. Rattles out. No good. Asa, 2 hands around that beautiful orange ball. And he cradles it. And they foul him with 10.2 to go.
Scott. Oh, my goodness, Scott. We've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for this.
Newell, 2 more shots on the left end. Stegman Coliseum about to erupt. Georgia by 4. And Newell maybe with a little ice here if he can hit him. Newell, free throw number 1 in the air. Good on net.
Oh.
You okay over there?
Oh, no, I'm not.
It's a 5-point Georgia lead with 10.2 seconds to go.
Say that again.
I'm going to wait till after this shot.
Okay. Yeah, then it'll be 6.
The students are being urged not to run on the floor after the game. Free throw good by Asa. He made them both. It's a 6-point Georgia lead with 10.2 to go. 30-second timeout is called. 86-80. Dogs had led all night. Florida finally took a lead at 79-70, but Georgia has come back. They lead it by 6 at the moment.
Scott, I want to coin a phrase here, and this is going to live forever. You ready? How about them dogs? I just thought of that.
You should write that down. Put it on a bumper sticker.
How about them dogs?
Maybe a shirt or two. Another announcement not to run on the floor, not to get under the playing surface. There's an announcement posted on the video boards all around for your safety, and
listen,
for the dogs don't want to be fined either. It's a lot of money if you run on the floor.
Josh has already made it clear. He gives money to the students. He puts it in their fund. And tells them, if you stay in the stands, don't come out here. We'll put it in the fund. You'll get like all kinds of goodies next time you come to the game.
Well, the dogs.
And students, they can be bribed.
They like goodies. And they might be about 10 seconds away from getting some more goodies. Josh Brooks, Georgia's AD, is over where the Spike squad is located in the first row of the student section. He's working crowd control over there right now.
Well, maybe we better offer money if the AD doesn't rush the floor.
Let's just win the game and proceed as normal. Gators with the ball. They have to throw it in the length of the floor. Clayton throws it to half court to Hauke. He scoops it back to Clayton. Deep three. Fouled on the three-point shot, they say, as it rattles off the rim. 6.4 to go. And Florida's going to get 3 foul shots on the foul by Godfrey. That's 5 on RJ. We're not out of the woods yet. It's Florida going to the line with their best foul shooter, 87%, Walter Clayton. If he makes all 3, it'll be a one-possession game, a 3-point game with 6.4 seconds to go.
Well, that was not you didn't want to foul him there. That wasn't, toe on the line. He was well behind the
Yeah, he was 30 feet back. Godfrey has fouled out. They're huddling up, trying to get last-minute instructions. Officials are trying to break up the huddle, but they have an allotted amount of time to make a substitution after the foul out, and Dylan James comes back in for the Dogs. So Clayton, the guard, will be at the line. Clock with 6.4 seconds remaining. Georgia 86, number 3 Florida 80. 3 shots for Walter Clayton. Number 1 by the right-hander. Good. He's got 16 points, only had 3 at the half. Will Richard carried the load for most of the game for the Gators. He's got a career-high 30. Free throw number 2, Clayton, good. He's got 1 more. Try to make it a 3-point game. And Georgia's got to get the ball in bounds, hang on to the ball, and get ready for a Gator foul. Clayton makes all 3 foul shots, and Florida calls a time.
Well,
it's 86-83.
Mike White getting his most experienced and best free throw shooters back on the floor. LaFuse checking in. You got Blue Kane out there, Silas Demery.
Until the 90-second clock has expired, please do not enter the court until the 90-second clock has
Nothing is easy in this league. Florida's won 12 straight in the series over the Dogs. Georgia trying to pull off a massive upset here against the Gators, who were ranked 2 last week. And they didn't lose, but they dropped down behind Duke in the latest poll. They have identical records.
Yeah, and I'll be honest,
probably an either or, 2 or 3 behind Auburn.
In my mind, those are 1 and 2, Duke and Florida. I think Florida just beat Auburn at Auburn. How you rank them behind Auburn, I don't know. But, I mean, my feeling is that this Florida Gator team or Duke, one of those two teams, best in the country.
Well, one thing we have seen from Florida tonight, no lead is safe. I mean, you're up 26 points. I know there was a lot of time left, but you're up 26, and you haven't demoralized them yet. And they came back, and they trimmed 10, and then they got it to 16, and then they got it to single digits, and then they took the lead.
They've done it before, though. They did it against Missouri, and they lost that by a point.
All right, they'll put Handlockton on the inbounds. Ty Lawrence to throw the ball in, the 7'1" Micah Handlockton. Ty moves along the baseline, skips it into Demery. They rush for him and foul him in the far corner. We got it to the guy we wanted to have it, Silas Demery, 82% free throw shooter. They foul, and just a smidge more than a second runs off the clock. 5.5 seconds left. And Silas can ice this game if he can hit a free throw.
If he hits the first one, I think I'd go ahead and miss the second one.
Demery at the line. Crowd waiting for this thing to drop. He's going to get 2 here. Double bonus. Georgia pulls everybody off the foul lane. Just 4 Gators and Silas at the line. Free throws in. It's good. Oh, yeah. All net. Silas Demery hits 20 points with that shot.
Will make their final appearances in tonight's game.
Florida subs.
1 shot remaining.
Aberdeen and Handlockton out. Demery, 1 more free throw. It's a 4-point Georgia lead.
Wouldn't break my heart if he missed it. That'd take the time off the clock.
He doesn't. He makes it. 21 points for Silas Demery tonight. 5-point Georgia lead with 5.5 to go. Elijah Martin to throw it in. Baseball pass into the front court, and he throws it out of bounds. Tipped out by who?
Oh, they want to look at it, but Florida's saying look at it, but I don't think anybody touched it.
It went through some traffic. One of our guys may have gotten a hand on it. Officials are going to look at it, and they'll have to adjust the clock as well. Pat Adams, the official. And Courtney Green, one of the other officials, looking at the video monitor down to our right. And we'll look at a replay along with him on the big video board. Asa Newell going up, try to deflect the ball. Couldn't tell if he got a finger on it or not. Can you tell from that shot?
Oh, it's tough to tell from there.
If Asa didn't get it, did the Gator behind him get it? No, he did not. So it's either Georgia's ball there or back on the other end because Florida didn't touch it.
Right, or Florida's ball underneath. That looks to me on the replay. I did not think anybody, but it looks to me on the replay like Asa may have just grazed it.
I believe the call on the floor is Georgia basketball.
Yes.
They were uncertain about that, but they made a call on the floor, and I believe they've said it's Georgia ball. And now 2 of the 3 officials are looking at the video monitor to solidify that determination. 88-83, Georgia. We're never going to get out of here, are we?
I'll tell you what.
Even with a 26-point lead, it's coming down to this.
I'm happy to stay here.
Gator ball, they say.
After the review, the call is reversed. It's going to be Blues ball with 4.1 on the game clock.
Okay, so he did touch it.
Following the review, it will be 4.1 seconds on the game clock.
Florida will inbound on the right baseline in front court. Down 5 and only 4.1 to go. This is the Dogs' game to win. Clayton will throw it in. Asa Newell will guard the inbound on an angle towards the basket. They slip it underneath to Condon. He tries to dunk it. No good. Off the rim. Rebound Georgia. Dogs win. Dogs win. Dogs win.
It's all. Silas Demery came right to his head coach, Mike White, and got right in his face and told him, there you go, coach. We just beat Florida for you.
Mike White's first win against his former school since he's been at Georgia was 0-6 prior to that. That's his first win against his former employer, and the Dogs win it tonight 88-83 over the number 3 ranked Florida Gators.
Nobody rushing the floor. I love that. Make it look like we expected to win.
Georgia ends a 12-game losing streak to Florida. It goes back to 2019. Florida had won the last 6 in this building in the series. But not tonight, folks. Not tonight. Georgia 88 and Florida 83. Let's take a break. We'll jump into the Regions locker room report. We'll come back and talk to one of the Georgia players, and we get into our post-game coverage right after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
It's better over here. After investing billions to light up our network, T-Mobile is America's largest 5G network. Plus, right now, you can switch, keep your phone, and we'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/across America.
Up to 4 lines via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device credit service ported 90+ states with device and eligible carrier and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months.
This is Georgia Basketball, brought to you by Sleep Number. Save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time, exclusively at a Sleep Number store. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Go Dogs, sick 'em! Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. And this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
Our story begins with Jackie going to work. She walks into the elevator thinking,
maybe I'll play my extreme scratcher. I could win up to $2 million.
That's the spirit. Scratch away. Hot diggity dog. You're up to your eyeballs in cash, Jackie. Oh no, the doors are opening.
Whoa, Jackie? Is that you under all that money? Jackie doesn't work here anymore.
Cool as a cucumber. Play the extreme family of scratches from the Georgia Lottery and win up to 2 million smackaroos. Play responsibly.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Regions. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. Coming up, reaction from the Dogs locker room, stats, and a look again at other games around the SEC and across the country. Now, let's go back courtside.
Welcome back, Stegman Coliseum, Regions Locker Room Report. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. Georgia with a stunner, defeating third-ranked Florida 88-83 here tonight in front of better than 10,000 inside Stegman Coliseum. Well, the administration apparently cut a compromise with the student body. Apparently there was a countdown clock. If you wait long enough, then you can rush the floor, which they did. The floor is absolutely covered in Georgia fans. I mean, everybody who hasn't seen the top of a basketball court before are getting a feel of it right now.
I think the players are out there still in the middle.
Well, yeah, they got surrounded. They got covered up.
It looks like that they're still out there.
They were in the middle of their post-game prayer, post-game huddle,
yeah.
And the student body was watching the countdown on the big board, and it got down to 2, and they cut loose. I mean, they covered up the floor in a moment. Now you've got fans from the upper deck and the lower bowl that have bled onto the floor now. People are taking pictures all over the place. Social media is going to be pretty hot if you're a Georgia basketball fan tonight. 88-83, the final. The Dogs led all night long until Florida came back and took a 1-point lead with less than 2 minutes to play. And then Georgia bounced right back off the deck to win the game. Their 17th win of the season, their 5th win in the SEC, their 4th against the AP Top 25 this year. And this one went close to the top as the Dogs knock off the 3rd-ranked Florida Gators and end a 12-game losing streak to Florida. The Gators now 24-4 for the year and 11-4 in Southeastern Conference play, and this was a big one.
Well, and here's the thing now. I mean, Scott, look, we still got, 4 games to play, 3 games to play? We got 3 left, 4 left. We got 3, yeah.
Counting is hard.
South Carolina, Austin, Texas, and then South Carolina.
And Vanderbilt. You said South Carolina twice.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
let's go in order. Texas this weekend,
yep.
And then South Carolina
South
over there,
Carolina,
and then close home at Vanderbilt.
Close home against Vandy. That's exactly right. So, look, this win tonight's going to help us a lot. And I think now, if we win 2 of these next 3, I think we're going to be where we want to be come mid-March.
Are we about to get Coach White? Nope. Oh, okay. Keep it right here. Hey, how about our electrifying player of the game? Brought to you by Georgia's Electricians, IBEW, Local Union 613.
Dogs do the improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to win the SEC tournament.